Hello dear students, I hope you are doing well and you are safe at home. So in this video we are going to discuss the Venn diagrams from the chapter 6. So let us see what is a Venn diagram. So usually Venn diagrams help us to represent the sets. So in general we represent the universal set by a closed rectangle and the sets or the subsets inside them by some closed curves. In general, we represent them by circles. Okay, so this will represent the subsets. So here we shall have A, B. So for example, if I take A is equal to 2, 3, 5, 7, and B is equal to 2, 3, 5, and our U is say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So how can we represent them using the Venn diagram? So if it is a Venn diagram, so we shall have here, this will be our B, that is B will have 2, 3, 5. Here we shall have 2, 3, 5 plus 7. That means A has 2, 3, 5 and 7 together. B has only 2, 3, 5 and U has 1, we have 2, 3, 4, 5 is already there, 6, 7 is there, 8, 9 and 10. So this is how we can represent a particular set. So from here we can easily say that, or looking at the Venn diagram, we can easily say that B is a subset of A and A is a subset of U. Yeah? So this is all about Venn diagrams. So next we have union of sets. So in union of sets, we need two sets. For example, let us take A and B, be two sets. Then the union of these two sets, that is represented as A union B. So this is not U, this is the symbol union. So don't be confused with that. So this gives us a new set that has all the elements of A and B. So how can we write this? This will be equal to X such that X belongs to A or X belongs to B. Okay, so if I use the Venn diagram to describe it, if this is our set A and this is our set B, then our A union B will be the whole set. That means this particular new set will take all the elements from A and also from B. Okay? So for example, if I take A is equal to 2, 3, 5 and B is equal to 5, 7, 9, 11. So what will be our A union B? It will be 2, 3, 5 we have to take first, then 5, 7, 9, 11. So 5 is already written here, then we have 7, 9, 11. So that is all about union of sets. Next, let us see what is intersection. So for intersection, we can take two sets. Intersection of sets. Okay. So let A and B be two sets. Then intersection is written like this with the inverted U. The symbol is this. So this is called the intersection. So the elements will be X such that either X belongs to A, such that X belongs to A and X belongs to. That means the elements must be common to both the sets. It must belong to both the sets. If I take the Venn diagram, here if this is our A and this is our B, so A intersection B will be this particular element. So that means whatever elements lie inside this portion, so that will be the intersection of A and B. So for example, let us take A is equal to 2, 3, 5 and B is equal to 5, 7, 9. So what will be A intersection B? It will be just just check what is the common element. It is 5 here, isn't it? So it will be 5. Fine. So that is all about union and intersection. So let us solve the exercise 1.4. So here, if we see question number 2, it is given A is equal to AB and B is equal to ABC. So the first question is that, is A a subset of B? Is A a subset of B? First question. You can check clearly here, A is given AB and it's ABC. So yes, it is a subset of B, isn't it? All the elements of A are in B. Next, what is A union B? What is A union B? A union B will be A, B, C, because A, B is already there and C is there. Okay? So from this example, what can we say? What is the specific thing we can say from this example? If A is a subset of B, in general, if A is a subset of B, then A union B is always equal to B. Yeah? So this is a specific example. Now let us see question number 5. So in question number 5, they've asked to find the intersection of the given sets. So for that, let us take number 5. So we need to find A union B union C. So what is our A? It is 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, it's actually intersection. We need to find the intersection. Intersection 3, 4, 5, 6. Intersection 5, 6, 7, 8. So one thing you can do is that you can at first individually take the intersections. That means at first take these two first and intersect that with the third, or you can do it together. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 3, 4 is common to both. So our intersection of these two sets will give us 3, 4. Intersected with 5, 6, 7, 8. So do we have any common element here? It is 3, 4 here, it is 5, 6, 7, 8. So no common elements, so this will give us 5. Yeah? Okay. So let us see question number 7. So question number 7 says, if x such that x is a natural number. So if x is a natural number, then how can you write this? The elements will start from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. What is B given here? B is given x such that x is an even natural number. So what are the even natural numbers? It's 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. What is C? X such that x is an odd natural number. Odd natural numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, so on. D, x such that x is a prime number. So what are the prime numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and so on. Okay. So we have 4 sets here. So now question number 7, let us do any one of them. The rest you can do it. Let us do question number 2. A intersection C. So what will be intersection C? Clearly we have in A all the natural numbers and in C all the odd natural numbers. So what will be the intersection? Intersection will be, so here we can see one thing that C is a subset of A, isn't it? So in such a case, if C is a subset of A, then C intersection A will be equal to C. Okay. So actually there are a few properties that I have given in the notes in the PDF. You can just go through them. So A intersection C will be, here A is a bigger set, so it will be C. So let us see question number 6, that is C intersection D. So what is the intersection D? The C is 1357 and D is 235711. So 3, 7, 3, 7, 5, 5. These are common. So we can write 3, 5, 7, and a few more are there because we know the majority of the prime numbers are odd. So clearly we can find some intersections. Now the rest you can do yourself. Let us see question number 11. If R is the set of real numbers and Q is the set of rational numbers, then what is R minus Q? I have discussed earlier. R is the set of real numbers and Q is the set of rational numbers. Then what is R minus Q? R minus Q will be a set of irrational numbers. So actually this question is to come in your MCQs. Okay, so that will be the end of exercise 1.4, and if you have any doubt, please feel free to ask me. These questions are very easy actually, and CBC has reduced the topic that is complement of a set, so we shall skip that from our discussion, and in the next video I shall come up with a few practical problems from the union intersection, and then we shall solve a few miscellaneous problems, and that will be the end. Okay, so till then, stay home and stay safe and practice the problems. Thank you.